The reason why I sent you Washington, Dallas, I mentioned that earlier, that Washington wants to avoid playing Philadelphia in the first round. Dallas is going to play their starters. They want to keep McCarthy. By the way, McCarthy's contract expires this year. Do you think Dallas will keep him, or you think they'll re-sign him or let him go?
I think that they're going to take their time to make all the wrong decisions this year. So it's not if they fire him, you're not going to hear that until before the draft.
Oh no, it'll be way before the draft. Oh yeah, you mean after the season?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right before the draft, they'll say whether he's fired or not, because they can't hold him over to after the draft, because then they'll lose.
No, they're not gonna. It'd be way before. That's an easy. Do you think they'll keep him? I think they'll probably keep him the way.
I think for money purposes and just to get some continuity, they'll keep him.
Yeah.
They're not. I feel like they're gonna mess up this draft as well. So.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, Washington. I just get a sense that last game, they lost to Dallas earlier this year.
Right.
They just overlooked Dallas. They overlooked a fold there, and Dallas was a little weak. I don't think they will this time. It's a 6.5-point spread. I don't know if it'll be that much. Actually, it might be. It might be. That's actually what I have here. I like Washington to bounce back. Remember, it was 2 special teams plays in that other game that cost Dallas that game, or cost Washington that game, excuse me. They ain't gonna make those mistakes twice. I think Dan Quinn gets the win here against his former team that he coached with as a coordinator. I'm thinking 27-20. Washington gets the road win and beats Dallas. But Dallas will give them everything they got. That's all. It's been a rivalry our whole life, man.
Right.
Dallas-Washington was the biggest rivalry in the NFC East for a long time in the 90s.
That's right. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's going to be 27-24. I think Washington wins. A field goal ahead. And
could be.
You're not gonna. You don't expect fire. Don't expect huge fire. It's going to be a good game, but don't expect it to be like crazy good. No. So it's going to be a defensive battle no matter what. So
now Miami is still in this thing.
Kind
of. Miami will be playing at the same time. The reason why I didn't send you Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, because Mike Tomlin hinted that he's going to bench his players if, and I think it'll happen, Baltimore beats Baltimore's 20-point favorite against Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And that Doran, Thompson, Robertson guy, the Ravens are going to kill this guy,
He's going to lose one of his names on a jersey if you don't be careful.
DTR, That's why I didn't send you that, because he's already talking about that.
Right.
Miami will be playing at the same time Denver will be playing Kansas City. If Denver loses to Kansas City and Cincinnati, for whatever reason, loses to Pittsburgh, which they could, because their defense is still bad, Miami's still got a shot to get in the playoffs. That's a rival game with the Jets there, but Tua's doubtful. Tyreek Hill hadn't practiced all week. And this could be Aaron Rodgers' last game. Do you think could this be his last game, or is he talking about maybe I like it here and I want to stay here?
Yeah, I don't worry about what he's talking about. I do understand that they don't have an opportunity to get another quarterback with his experience and skill set. So I think if I'm Rodgers and I'm the Jets, we'll just run it back one more year, just because you don't want to end the year on bad stats, man, and especially being a Hall of Fame quarterback.
And he showed some flashes of his old self,
And if you do go somewhere else, you're gonna leave a reel of being on a team and not doing anything for that team. That's not, nobody going out wants to go out like that. So
yeah, and he is recovering from that Achilles. Maybe they get a coach that he can vibe with. Who was it? Mike Vrabel interviewed with them today.
Yeah.
I think he could with the right coordinator. I think they could coexist, him and Vrabel. Vrabel will have that defense set, man, and that would be an interesting thing. I think that they play well again in Miami. I think they beat Miami 27-19 just to stick it to Miami. and end the season on a good note.
I would like for that to happen, but I doubt that's going to happen. I don't.
Now, Tyler Huntley's playing for Miami too is doubtful.
Yeah, but I mean, the Jets don't have no Pro Bowlers on their team.
No,
you know, like that's how bad the season was. Even though some of them did play well, and
they had former Pro Bowlers, but they didn't make it this year. You know, Mahomes didn't make the Pro Bowl, so go figure.
Let me just say, okay, this game's at 4:00.
Yeah, they're both going to be playing.
It's going to be one of those terrible games to watch. It's going to be 17-14.
But I'm going to watch it because they're going to be fighting like crazy to win it. So you're picking Miami?
Yeah, I think
I'll pick the Jets, and they'll probably let me down one more time. Minnesota, this is the really big game.
You're going to be like that DJ, bro. One more time.
Yeah. Minnesota, Detroit, Lions 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
The Vikings are coming off a bye at home and lost to this team, this Lions team. Yes, the Detroit defense has injuries coming off of a Monday night win over San Francisco. Still love this offense efficiency of Detroit being at home. Winner gets division and the 1 seed. I'm saying Lions get the division. They get the 1 seed. 31-27. This is going to be a great game. Sunday Night Football. Lions get the win, get the 1 seed, and Minnesota gets at 14 wins, gets bounced to the wild card round.
I mean, a lot of people want to see the Lions as a top playoff team and winning this division, but I mean the Vikings, they just keep getting better.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a toss-up. I like that score, but I hope for the Lions' sake that they win, but I think the Vikings are a better team right now. I feel like they're going to win that.
31-27 Vikings?
Yeah, I think the Vikings are going to win. And it's going to be close. It's going to be like field goal, man. It's going to be like
it'll be a dogfight.
Yeah, it might be overtime, this score. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you like to pick overtime every week. But hey, there was some games that went overtime last week. Washington and Atlanta went to overtime last week.
Yeah, they did. So, I'm about to say that. They did.
And Cincinnati went overtime.